What's happening, good people? How we doing? How we doing? Man, I'm hoping I got the right microphone connected. Yeah, so I'm trying something a little bit different this morning. I'm trying to write with the music as it is playing. We'll see how that goes. This is music to relax and concentrate to. I hope you can hear my voice. This is just first time doing this. Yesterday I added this music after the video was done, so you'll see that on the video before this. Hopefully we'll see. But anyways, I got my cup of water here in the number one dad cup. Just drunk a cup of coffee, so we're gonna get right into it. We're not gonna beat around the bush, okay? Ring ring, I got it, said Sonia from the bathroom. With every ring, the girl's anticipation grew. Soon she cut short a grooming session and scurried away from the bathroom mirror to her room. Hello? She answered. Hey girl, what you doing? Asked the person on the other end. Who this? Asked Sonia. Girl, quit playing. You know who this is. Oh, it's just you. You sound different, Sonia said. What do you mean I sound different? Lily replied. You just sound old, that's all. What? What you trying to say? Said Lily. I'm just saying you sound different. Anyways, I'm just calling to ask if I could borrow $10 until my good-for-nothing dad sends me money. For what? Sonia asked. Dang, girl, you don't have to get all loud. I don't want your mom to hear. You know how nosy she is. Why do you need money this time, Lil? She asked. I need to get Suge something for his birthday. Birthday? Why you wait until now? The party's today. Look, I didn't wait. I already have something, but it's cheap. Well, what is it? A pocket watch from Walmart. It was only $30, the girl laughed. What's wrong with that? Asked Sonia. Nothing, it's just cheap, that's all, and it looks cheap. What do you mean it looks cheap? It's from Walmart, right? It looks like it might only last a year. And stop talking so loud. You know how your mom got them country ears. Lil, for a $30 watch, a year is a long time. As a matter of fact, my dad's watch didn't even last a year, and I paid $40 for it. All right, I get what you're saying. What about $9? Lil, you know if I could, I would, but I can't. Not right now. Why not? Oh, hold on, y'all. Hold on 1 second. I discovered something yesterday. I didn't really discover it, I just remembered something yesterday. One of my kids, I got 4. Well, the kid that pretty much always get my birthday gifts and Father's Day gifts and what else can a kid get their parent? I don't even, or dad, I don't know, but Father's Day and Christmas and things like that, birthday, one of my kids always gets it right. One of my kids always get the gifts right. Sometimes I don't even realize it. Sometimes I don't even realize how, because when he got these glasses for me, and these glasses are for looking at a computer screen, it's slightly tinted. They're slightly tinted glasses. When he got them for me, I'm like, oh, okay, well, yeah, thanks, buddy. Not realizing, I was using these yesterday, and I'm like, these glasses are awesome. I don't know what they do, but they're awesome. So I'm gonna be writing with these on. Maybe it's a mental thing, but they feel good, and they make the screen just, I don't know. And they're called Anvilove. Oh, let me see, Anilove. ANYLUV. Can y'all see that? Probably not too much light. Annie. Yeah. Let's That's either a V. Yeah, that's a Y. Annie Love. Come in a nice little fancy case and all that. So, I will be writing with these from now on, y'all. So let me take it back to the top. Get me a sip of water and slow it down a little bit and really get into the music. All right. Ring, ring. I got it, said Sonia from the bathroom. With every ring, the girl's anticipation grew. Soon she cut short a grooming session and scurried away from the bathroom mirror to the room. Hello? She asked. She answered. Hey, girl, what you doing? Asked the person on the other end. Who this? Asked Sonia. Girl, quit playing. You know who this is. Oh, it's just you. You sound different, Sonia said. What do you mean I sound different? Lily replied. You just sound old, that's all. What? What you trying to say? Said Lily. I'm just saying you sound different. Anyways, I'm just calling to ask if I could borrow $10 until my good-for-nothing dad sends me money. For what? Sonia asked. Dang, girl, don't you have to... Dang, girl, you don't have to... Let me see here. Dang, girl, you don't have to get all loud. I don't want your mom to hear. You know how nosy she is. Why do you need money this time, Lil? She asked. I need to get Suge something for his birthday. Birthday? Why you wait until now? The party's today. Look, I didn't wait. I already have something, but it's cheap. Well, what is it? A pocket watch from Walmart. It was only $30, the girl laughed. What's wrong with that? Asked Sonia. Nothing, it's just cheap, that's all. And it looks cheap. What do you mean it looks cheap? It's from Walmart, right? It looks like it might only last a year. And stop talking so loud. You know your mom got them country ears. Lil, for a $30 watch, a year is a long time. As a matter of fact, my dad's watch didn't even last a year, and I paid $40 for it. All right, I get what you're saying, but what about $9? Lily, you know if I could, I would, but I can't, not right now. Why not? Well, because, Sonia paused to think of a believable lie. Hold on, my mom's calling, she fibbed. Before Lily could respond, Sonia's deliberate, loud yell came through the cell phone, causing Lily to jerk it away from her ear. Huh? Lily heard on the other end. Stalling for time while remembering the last time money was loaned to the smooth-talking New Jerseyan, Stalling for time while remembering the last time money was loaned to the smooth-talking New Jerseyan, it had taken 3 months before it was repaid, and that was only after throwing hint after hint about the $5 nearly every day. She decided to bail from the conversation altogether. Coming back on with an aggravated tone, she said, Look, girl, I gotta go. This crazy woman is complaining about the bathroom being a mess. We'll talk about it later. Meanwhile, Mrs. Wallace was standing by, listening to her mischievous daughter tell a bold-faced lie, giving a shameful grin as memories of her own childhood floated by. She could only shake her head in embarrassment as she commented in passing, Girl, you know it don't pay to be so doggone conniving. You need to learn how to say no. Back at the pond with neon bobbers floating on the water, Jacob had been explaining to his father. Back at the pond with neon bobbers floating on the water, Jacob had been explaining to his father why the family needed a dog. Begging for a puppy had been a constant thing with Jacob for nearly a month. His pleas were the same every time. Occasionally he would add on a few more good reasons to why they absolutely had to have a dog, but for the most part, his reasons stayed the usual. Daddy, if we had a dog, we wouldn't have to throw away all of our scrap chicken bones and grits and stuff. If we had a dog, we could just give it to him. He paused. Meanwhile, Mr. Wallace was pretending not to hear his son. Another good reason is for protection, he said with exuberance. If someone tried to break in with a gun, a good dog would bark to warn us. Yeah, that's right. A good dog would bark and do all kinds of tricks and everything good dogs do, like bite people. Bite people? Now see, that's exactly why we don't need a dog. You want me and your mom to have to go to court and have to pay money out. Besides, they just don't make good dogs like when I was a little boy, said Henry. Shoot, when I was young, we had a dog named Champ. Old Champ would find a hog in the rain, sleet, or snow. Whenever your granddaddy pigs rutted underneath the fence, Champ would come tell us, kind of like he knew what was going on. He was a smart dog, old Champ. Me and your Uncle Bubba would put on our boots and get in them woods like two professional trackers on the hunt. Shucks, sometimes we let him out on purpose just to see what old Champ was gonna do and to have a little fun. Now, when I read that part, that was really reminiscent of my childhood, because we had Sparky. Well, we had Sparky, we had Jim, we had Spike, we had Blitz, we had Jip. We had so many dogs I can't even remember all of them. And my uncle had hogs. He had hogs, and those hogs would get out all the time. Well, actually, yeah, they would get out all the time. And then, my uncle passed away in 1989. So then my aunt was left with the hogs, and she really didn't know how to control them. And so me and my younger brothers, my two younger brothers, it was, I can't even explain how much fun it is to track hogs through the woods in South Carolina in the late 80s, early 90s as a little black boy. It was fun because the dogs would actually come and let us know, hey, something's going on. And we would follow them, and sure enough, it would be a hole. And, the pigs, when they want to get out, they'll get out. Anytime they feel like getting out of the pen, they could get out. And it wasn't any kind of electrical wire or anything. They would just dig underneath the boards and go under the boards, and a lot of times just go in the woods. And we had a lot of acres behind our house, so they would go in the woods, and me and my brothers, we would track them. And a lot of times the dog would, be on the trail. It's really a mystery how all that played out, because we were young, 89. Yeah, I was about 12, 13. So my younger brothers were like 10. My two younger brothers were like 10 and 11 or something like that. I don't know, but we were young, and it was so much fun to do. So this is very reminiscent. So whenever I see every word I'm speaking right here in this little passage, he was a smart dog, old Champ, and me and your Uncle Bubba would put on our boots and get in them woods like two professional trackers on the hunt. Shucks, sometimes we let him out on purpose just to see what old Champ was gonna do and to have a little fun. Know what I mean? Asked Henry. Yeah, I know, said the boy with certainty. He'd heard the story a countless number of times, so much so he'd oftentimes talk along with his father in his head. All I'm saying is, even if there was a big old alligator in this pond, I wouldn't be scared if we had a dog, he said. A good dog would grab that gator by the tail and swing him around and round and throw his stinky gator butt way out in the middle of the water. So, when are we gonna get him? Jacob asked. Get who? Asked Henry. Get who? Said Henry while receiving a nibble on his line. The dog, Daddy. Another Champ. Jacob said. I never said nothing about getting no dog, the man said, as the one nibble grew into many. Alright, so if it's a gator, I'm pretty sure I never had a gator on my line, but I'm pretty sure a gator's not gonna nibble and then nibble like a fish a whole bunch of times. I want to leave it there because we don't have any proof that it is a gator, and this gator in my mind is turning into something. He's turning into some mystical, mysterious, hook. You know what I mean? That's what it is. It's turning into a hook. It's almost like the gator is gonna be maybe a part of the story, because I can't just speak about the gator in the beginning. And please remember that the story is not done. This book is not finished. So what I'm gonna do right here, I'm gonna leave a note. Can't just leave it at that, you know what I mean? Oh, I thought I heard you say you were gonna think about it, Jacob continued. Son, if you and your sister keep hearing things, I'm gonna take both of y'all to get your heads checked out. Probably all them cigarettes. Probably all those cigarettes. Probably all them cigarettes your mama used to smoke when she was pregnant. I will say this. If you can stop joking around so much, before finishing the sentence, his bright yellow and orange cigar bobber took a deep dive under the dark water. With both hands wrapped firmly around the rod, the man jumped to his feet. After one good jerk, he began reeling in the line, causing the rod to bow. Whatever was on the other end of the line had taken the bait to the bottom of the fishing hole. Man! We got a big one, Jake, he said excitedly. Must be that gator, Daddy. You want me to get the gun? Not yet. Let me fight with it some more. The two watched in amazement as the line, now stretched tight, slashed violently through the water. Okay, y'all. As y'all can see, I'm still a little bit tired, okay? Even though I slept pretty well last night. I don't know. I did sleep pretty well last night. I did go to bed. What time did I go to bed? I think I went to bed around 10. It was a game on last night, so I watched some of the game. I got to see who won that game because I didn't finish watching it. Baltimore Ravens and Cincinnati Bengals played last night, and they played in Baltimore. And Lamar Jackson was looking really good. And what's the quarterback? Cincinnati. Both of them were looking good, but I don't know. Y'all know where my mind is. We had an election on this week. Anyways, I gotta cut that off. The two watched in amazement as the line, now stretched tight, slashed violently through the water. It shot to the right, then back to the left, then up a little towards them, then back and to the right. The beast at the bottom of the hole was on the brink of breaking the rod, it seemed. The wrestling had knocked Henry's hat, his straw hat. The wrestling had knocked Henry's straw hat in a way that it covered his eyes. Out of frustration, he jerked his head, causing that big hat to fall to the ground. Get the gun, son, he said to Jacob. This ain't no ordinary fish we're dealing with. I'm gonna say with here. Just as the boy came back with the rifle, the bow in the rod suddenly gave. Like a catapult, the tip of the pole came shooting up with only 2 feet of line left on it. What was that? Asked Jacob. I don't know. Might have been that gator, said Henry, as he composed himself. Then, as though the conversation about the dog wasn't interrupted, Jacob said, Okay, Daddy, I'll start right now. Still breathing hard from the short battle, his father gave a bewildered look. Say what? He said, gasping. What you said about joking around. I'll start being serious right now. The father was amazed at the persistence of his 10-year-old son. He just had the fight of his life with some unidentified underwater creature, and his son's mind stayed focused on his wish of one day owning a dog. It was impressive. After the short but strenuous encounter with whatever it was that had taken his bait and hook and most of his line, Henry Wallace picked his hat up, dusted it off, and sat back down on the 5-gallon bucket, smiling to himself, amused by the genius of his son and wondering about whatever it was that had snapped a 100-pound gauge line. He started putting new tackle on. Jacob leaned the rifle against a nearby tree before standing in front of his father with the most serious look on his face, cocking the big straw hat back, allowing the sun to cascade around the shape of his 10-year-old son. Cocking the big straw hat back, allowing the sun to cascade around the shape of his 10-year-old son, who stood firmly with his arms crossed just in front of his father. The man looked up and couldn't help but to shake his head while cracking a smile. So you're going to be serious now, said Henry, holding back chuckles. Yep, ain't no joking around for the rest of my life, said Jacob. He'd never seen the boy with such a determined look. The father was realizing just how much his son wanted a dog. Okay then, if you can continue to be as dedicated as you are right now for more than a few days, I'll try to find you a puppy. For real, Daddy? Serious? The boy said. Daddy, please don't be joking. Not joking. I'm as serious as whatever it was that just took my $3.75 worth of tackle. When, Daddy? Jacob insisted. Now, hold on, son. See, you're already doing too much. I thought we agreed that you would start being a little more serious. I am being serious. I was joking. I mean, not joking, but just playing around, but not in a jokey kind of way, playing in a serious way. Like the time you said that you and Mama was just messing around in the room that time when y'all was bouncing on the bed and Mama was making all kinds of funny noises. Yeah, that's it. I was just, boy, I get the point. Henry tried cutting it short, and though a pause did come moments later, Jacob started up again, adding to the elaborate explanation, no longer implicating his parents playing around, thankfully, but the damage had been done. Like a leaking battleship inadvertently hit with friendly fire, his father could no longer hold back the subtle chuckles, sinking in an ocean of hilarity, hissing with suppressed laughter, barely able to speak. He added, Okay, Jake, just quiet down and see if you can't catch a fish or two. I'll be over here putting my rod back together. With the sun still blazing overhead, he pulled down on the front of his big straw hat and opened up the little green tackle box that had been sitting next to the bucket he sat on. Daddy, am I still going to get a dog? So I'm still gonna get a dog. Daddy, am I still gonna get a dog? Jacob asked after only a minute had gone by. The boy sounded somewhat disappointed. All right, so this is green now because I'm not going back over that again. I've been over it enough. I will go back over it, before the book is published, but I'm not going back over it anytime soon. We're going to move forward. We're going to track forward, and we got to keep in mind the name of this chapter is mischievous. I'm sorry, it should be black, right? It's mischievous, right? And we got to keep track of mischief, and we got to keep track of how many pages we're. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. This is okay, so we're gonna have to cut this chapter short here. Mischief. I may have to change that title too. I don't see what was so mischievous. Or maybe it was mystery in the pond. My goodness. And the reason there's a double space here is because, remember, I changed Jacob's name to Trayvon, I think I changed it to Trayvon, and then, Trayvon is spelt with more letters. So what it does is it pushes, it makes space for that, but it doesn't contract when I change it back to Jacob. So that's why there's so many spaces here. It's a lot of Jacobs. A lot of detail work. So this is where we're going to pick it up next time. We're making good ground. I appreciate y'all stopping by. It's been 27 minutes and 40 seconds. I really do appreciate people stopping by. And I gotta reiterate, I gotta say this again, man. This is an exercise for me. The last maybe 2 or 3 times going over this story, I really did not feel like doing it, including today. I'm tired. In order to write a book, you have to dig deep. You got to dig deep, and you got to have some kind of passion. My imagination is my fuel. My imagination is my fuel. It's not my education. It's not my ability to weave together words cleverly. It's not my imagination, my ability to go into my own little world at any given time, whenever I feel like it, that's my gift. That's my gift. Like I said, I didn't even graduate high school. I did 1 semester of college, Trident Technical College here in North Charleston. It's a tech college. I did 1 semester. And thank God for that, because, I had an awesome English teacher, professor, Miss Harper. Salute to her. She taught me the mechanics of writing in my later years, I guess. I was in my early 20s, but she taught me the mechanics of writing, basic writing, basically. And throughout grade school and high school, you got English and whatnot, but my wife, she was the one that first encouraged me to write a book in 1999, and this is the result of that encouragement. It's an unfinished project from 1999, the story here. And these days I'm pretty persistent. If I say I'm going to do something, damn it, I got to do it. With all that being said, salute to y'all again. This is Anthony L. Kelly. Leave a comment. Hit that like. Share this video. All that good stuff. Till next time, I'm out.